They tell me that records show that I was born on July 13, 1898, on a farm southeast of Rothsay to Fred and Caroline Zimmerman. I was their third child. Dad was of Swiss descent, born in Oscar Township in 1872, the son of Abraham and Marie Zimmerman. He was one of 11 children. My mother, Caroline Song, came from Norway to America with her parents, Andrew Song and Oline Hagen, at the age of 13 in 1883. She was one of 6 children. Mom and Dad were married in 1892. Alice, my oldest sister, was born in 1894. Then Mildred was born. After me, Brother Lloyd was born in 1900. In August of 1901, our mother passed away following a lingering illness. Doctors were scarce and not too good, so it was always a question what our mother's illness was. She was 29 years old. Dad was left a widower with 4 children under 8 years old. The only thing I remember of my early childhood was when Mom died. I was 3 years old and seemed to remember my dad lifting me up to view in her coffin. I asked Dad if I could have the coins on her eyes, which were used to keep the eyes closed after death. The 4 of us were left with different relatives after Dad was alone. Alice and our little brother stayed with Mom's parents in Rothsay. Mildred went with our dad's parents in Black Duck, Minnesota. Our dad and I stayed with Dad's youngest brother, Uncle Dave, so I was lucky. I could be with Dad. I was also a lucky little girl to be with Aunt and Uncle Dave. They had no children of their own, so I was a little pet. Spoiled, too. Then, in 1903, our dad married a local German girl, Bertha Grunwald. He was 30 and she was 19. Bertha was the daughter of Carl and Amelia Grunwald. Bertha's dad, Carl, one of his hired men, and a horse were killed by lightning when Bertha was very young. Her mother, Amelia, a young widow, mother of 2 and pregnant at the time, lost her baby and lost her mind. Tragically, she didn't even recognize her own children or grandchildren after that. Dad bought a farm next to Uncle Dave's farm in Oscar Township, Otter Tail County, between Rothsay and Elizabeth. There was a log home on the farm, and when Alice, Lloyd, and I moved in with our dad and new Mom, we were pretty happy. Mildred stayed with our grandparents in Black Duck and was raised by them. Lloyd would die 5 years later of complications related to a broken hip. Mildred and Alice both lived long lives, with Mildred passing away in 1967 at the age of 72, and Alice in 1986 at the age of 92. I remember being naughty at first with my new mom, calling her Bertha, so my dad gave me a good spanking and said, "You call her Ma or else you'll get another thrashing." Dad's second family grew fast, a new baby every 2 years or less. Bertha and Dad had 13 children of their own, and what I remember most is that the children and stepchildren were all treated the same.